you want to join the Atlanta United Unified team, here's what you gotta do. So, hi, I'm Daniel Ellis. I play for the team for the 2026 season. And here are 5 things that you gotta know. So the first thing is qualification. So how do you qualify? Well, there's 2 distinct roles for the team. There's the player position, and then there's the partner position. So to be a player, you gotta have some sort of cognitive disability. So it could be autism, it could be Down syndrome, it could be any kind of general thing that would qualify as a legit disability to qualify you as a player. And for the partner role, you gotta have probably at least no cognitive disabilities at all, and you gotta know how to work with people with disabilities to be a partner. And it definitely helps if you're skilled in soccer and have a lot of soccer experience, because that's what the partners do. They're supposed to help the players. And the part of the qualification is age. So for the players, you gotta be at least 16 to 25. So if you're anywhere in that age range, you should be able to sign up, and you're gonna be good. As for the partners, it's anywhere from 16 to 21. I could be wrong on that. I don't remember, but if you're anywhere in that age range, you can qualify and sign up. So, yeah. Number 2 is timing and scheduling. So you gotta have the freedom and availability to play for this team. Obviously, with a lot of people have, a lot of things in life, especially a lot of the younger people, with the age of people on this team. You might have high school, you might have college, you might have some really busy things going on, or you might have work. Those are really common things, but you gotta be able to have flexibility and be available when you're needed for the team. So we train usually once a week at the official training center, and you gotta make sure you at least have timing for when that day is. It could be any day of the week. It's really not specific, but just know that you have to have some sort of availability to be on this team. So the third thing is the media coverage and being comfortable with it. You gotta be able to be comfortable with being on camera. You don't have to be like an on-screen, you don't have to be the face of the cameras. You don't have to be, constantly on camera, but you gotta expect that you're gonna be on camera. You're gonna have cameras at you. You're gonna, people are gonna be taking pictures of you. There's gonna be videos of you. You're gonna be on their Instagram pages, because it's a professional club, and obviously as a club player or partner, you're gonna have media coverage of you, and you gotta at least have some level of comfort for that. Because if you're not, and you're just gonna shy away and not do it, then you can't be on the team. And I think it actually is literally a thing that when you sign up for, you gotta expect that, and it's kind of like an agreement that you're gonna be covered by the media. So yeah, the last 2 are less absolute requirements and more really big helpers. So the 4th thing is that you gotta have potential for the team. Like, you gotta have at least some sort of potential to grow as a player, potential skill-wise, to play for the team. Because, this is a, pro-level, Special Olympics type of game here. It's serious. For our level, it's serious. It's big. And, you at least gotta show that you have, skill, or at least potential to, grow, be better, be a big part of the team, and, it helps in kind of finding a position, whether you're a partner or a player. It helps to find a position that's right for you. So the last thing is character. This is by far one of the most important, if not the most important thing that you need to know if you're going to join a team, is you gotta have good character. Which means you gotta be able to represent the club well, you gotta be able to represent yourself, your teammates, and your coaches well, and you just gotta show good spirits. You know, whether even in hard times, you get because this is all about inclusion. It's all about fun. It's all about the joy of the game for soccer. Soccer for all. That's a big motto. And yeah, you just gotta have good character and be respectful, be kind, and you don't have to be the brightest person, but also I wouldn't encourage you to be the most gloomy person either. Just be yourself. And if somehow you're not fit for it, then I wouldn't recommend the Unified team for you. But yeah. So yeah, anyways, that was 5 things that you need to know if you want to join the Atlanta United Unified team. Currently, we're in the middle of the season, so joining is not an option right now, but usually during the end of the year, there'll be a place for you to sign up and try out. And there's no guarantee you'll join, because, the Unified team's pretty tight, but, you never know. You may just get a chance. And it at least it doesn't hurt to try, and it will get you a good experience, and it will at least give you at least an hour or two of being at the really lovely training grounds that Atlanta United has. So yeah, I think that's about it.